James here from DragonBlogger.com. Today I have a little unboxing of a computer tower by Anidees. This is their AI8 or A18. This has 3 fans in the front that are, I believe, 120 millimeters or 140 millimeters. I won't know until we get into the written review a little more. I believe they are 120s and there's 3 of them and they're 1100 RPMs. There's a rear 140 millimeter that is included optional, or included also. There are 2 slots for 140s or 120s on the top. That is optional. You can add those later if you want. That's up to 6 fans. You have water cooling. You can fit a 240, 280, 360 millimeter rads, all the way from 120. Several different areas you can put them in there. It does have a built-in fan controller. It has 8 expansion slots and it has the built-in I/O shield. It's got 4 2.5 drive bays and 4 3.5 hidden drive bays. There's 2 5.25 drive bays for your CD-ROM or DVD drives. It weighs approximately 18 pounds. I'm just giving you guys a rundown of some of the specs. Let's pull it open for you guys so you guys can see this. Always have a shield, but be careful so you don't cut through into the case. I've actually done that before, and I've cut a computer wide open. Well, scratched the paint and everything, but not a big deal. Now, hopefully the wife doesn't kill me when she sees this video and realizes I took her table out and took all her decorations off. Things I do for you guys can get me divorced. As you can see, we'll have to flip it over, handle it. Hopefully we can get this out without issue. Now this is a window case. Static electricity just shocked the heck out of me. Let's flip it up on its end. Set that aside. As you can hear, there's stuff inside. Now, we'll be switching this case out for my wife's case since it's a full tower too, but it's much, much larger. Here's your window case, your plastic sheeting on the side here if you guys want to hear it. Best sound in the world. I'm going to leave the plastic on the inside for now. We can flip this over. You guys can see the screen up here where you guys can put either a radiator or some fans. We'll get into that in a little bit. Oh, while I had it over, you can see the power button, reset button, fan control, 3 USB 2.0s, 2 USB 2.0s, your headphone and microphone. On the front, you have your 2 drive bays. You can make this a mini drive if you want, I believe. You have your 3 built-in fans with the screen protector on the front. We'll get into that in a few. Flip it over to the back. As you can see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slots to fit your graphics cards or whatever, plus one over here on this diagonal for sound card. This case, you can either mount your power supply up top or on bottom. I will be mounting it on bottom because I have a rather large power supply. You have 2 radiator liquid cooling holes so you can mount your liquid cooling outside if you really want. Let's flip it over. Right here, we will try to pop this off. This side case actually has 4 screws. Most usually only have 2. A couple of these are on rather tight, so I may have to get a screw if you guys give me a second. This one's on a little more tighter than normal. There we go. Just took a little financially. Here's your door. It is plexi, it's not glass. It's a little flimsy, but you know, not a big deal. It's got their logo down here. Inside, you can pull these clips off if you want, pull the plastic out. You can do whatever you guys want. You can even leave it wide open if you really wanted. We'll set that to the side. Inside, there's this little bag of screws, twist tied to the H drive, the hard drive's base. Now you got some zip ties in there, you got motherboard screws, you got a standoff and the hand tightener. They're not separated, so it's a big mess, so you have to pick and choose which ones go where. You have a little mini instruction manual, just a couple little pages. This tells you what the screws are. This has a sleeve for the motherboard standoff so you can tighten it. You can take these off. Motherboard standoffs are pre-installed, which is kind of cool. Instructions also show, you know, how to screw the motherboard in, you know, taking off the legs or tightening, other adjustments. Some companies have thrown a big one. This is just a small little thing. Inside you actually have the wiring harness. You have, this looks like a 3-pin mullet. Your headers for your HD lids, your reset, power LEDs, and speakers. HD audio, USB 3.0 header, USB 2.0s, and you have a Velcro strap. I'm thinking this Velcro strap is for the power supply for some reason, but you could probably take it apart and use it for the back strappings. You also have another fan control right here, your fan power. You have 3 120s up here, as you guys can see. They're crystal clear. I hope you guys can see those. If not, we'll zoom in a little more so you guys can see it better. There's your 3 120mm fans. I will zoom in a little more and you guys can see the motherboard standoffs. You also can see where your rubber grommets for your wiring. But it doesn't just have those right there. If you look over behind the fan a little more, right here you have some more. Comes with plenty of rubber grommets. Now we're going to go down to the little drive bay here. I'm going to try to zoom in so you guys can see this. It's a little plastic trays. I will zoom back out once it's out. I guess I zoomed too far. Plastic trays right here. It's just quick connects, so you don't need no screws unless you're using SSDs. And then you can just pop it back in. This tray is removable. There's a few screws on the very bottom right here that should pop it out. Not a big deal. This tray is removable for your hard drive, your disk drives. Up here, inside, I hope you guys can see, is where you can mount some more fans. Hand tight screws so you can just take your graphic cards out, stuff like that. Let's flip it over. Hopefully I can get all these off on this side with no issue. Now that I have it off, let me zoom back out some more. And I'll try to move this. We're going to pull this side off for you guys. Both sides are removable. As you can see, they have all the wires pretty much ran. You can break these down, pull them apart. You have 2 SSD slots right here. So you can hide 2 more SSDs back here. You have plenty of grommets to hide all your wires everywhere, which is really nice. Now on the bottom, right here, is a removable screen for your power supply. I'm going to set the cords back in here. Like I said, these little standoffs will disconnect that bottom hard drive, so you don't actually have to have a hard drive. Behind this is a fan controller module. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's a little hard because they have the wires all zip tied in. Let me try to zoom in a little more. If you can see right there, there's a fan controller. I apologize for the camera moving. I don't have a spare cameraman today. The wife is sleeping for work. So you actually have a fan controller here. You could plug in a couple more fans. That does control it. It will be ran by, I believe, Molex. So I think this is your Molex that you plug into your computer. I apologize if you guys can't see that again. Like I said, this is your Molex to power that. So you have plenty of options. I may not use the fan controller. I may just plug them straight into my motherboard. We'll see as we go. But thank you for checking out my unboxing of the Anidees Ai8 full tower. And keep your eyes out for the written review on dragoblogger.com. Thank you.